Alright guys, welcome back once again. So I got to the studio as soon as I saw some recovery signs for my health itself, right? So we are going to be diving really deep into Bitcoin's price action, guys. It's going to get really technical in this video. We'll talk about the price action as compared to the volumes. We'll take a look at all the momentum oscillators, all the reverse indicators as well. Then we'll talk about a little bearishness, guys, coming from the Guppy indicator, and then we are going to get into the projection moving average, and we'll see what's happening in this scenario as well. Then we'll talk about the bid and ask ratios in the market, guys. Let's see where the price action goes coming from this data as well. And then finally we'll talk about the Binance futures open interest that got completely shaved off. Holy shit, guys, this was a 40% shave off from the open interest. So let's begin our journey, guys, without any further ado, right? We have Bitcoin on the daily time frame. This is your general moving averages and all the RSI and all the TSI. Everything is pointed out towards the downside right here, but we are at the moving average support, right? Now this is the 200 simple moving average, guys. As you can see, most of the activities that do happen alongside the 200 simple moving average. The 200 moving average is coming in at higher price levels as Bitcoin set in this low right here around $40,000 zones right here. Now essentially, guys, we did wick all the way towards these price points. We kind of obliterated all the stop losses that were put all across these price points. So essentially, guys, until Bitcoin is still above the 200 simple with the higher low kind of price action structure still intact, expect Bitcoin to get picked up in the small to mid time frames, at least from the moving average perspective, guys. Now the RSI right here has no bullish divergence whatsoever, which is why, guys, this is not the time to pinpoint the bottom in the market, right? This is just the time to sit in the sidelines, guys. You have to chill the fuck out essentially and wait for Bitcoin to put in a low. From the RSI and the TSI, it doesn't look to me like the low has been put in as of now, guys. We could be looking at a continuation trend coming all the way towards these levels, and maybe we could establish a good looking trend above this price point as well onto your $42,500 levels. But until we are setting in a little bit of bullish divergence in the RSI right here alongside the price action, I don't think that Bitcoin is going to be putting out a bottom right here, guys. Now, for any reversal trades in the market, I would be looking at this recent rejection high, guys. That exactly came from $50,000, right? I mean, the complete round figure right here. Once you clear $50,000 to the upside, that is when you can talk about that particular bullish trade to the upside, guys. That is where Bitcoin could potentially go all the way towards $55,000 as a whole. But essentially, until you're below $50,000, expect most of the crypto assets to keep on selling off, and most likely, guys, the price action will try to determine the low as everybody tries to long every 5% move to the downside, whereas the asset simply keeps on going down and down and down and down. So, guys, it's not the time to pinpoint the bottom. Let this one consolidate. At least the RSI and the TSI and the volatility. All right, the volatility is kind of fine, although, I mean, this is nothing surprising, guys. Now, this is kind of horrendous, right? This kind of signature is horrendous. Also, this is quite horrific, this one as well. But for the time being right here, we're not looking at crazy price action behaviors coming on Bitcoin itself, although the price action is quite literally down 40% from the recent highs that we set in at 69,000. But still, the volatility looks to me like it's completely fine, guys. It has just started expanding. Now the concerning side of things is that it started expanding as the price action resolved itself to the downside. So I would be waiting for $40,000 to hold up, guys. This is the level that a lot of bulls are going to be focusing towards. I mean, on the bigger side of things, on the 3-day, on the daily time frame trades as well, for that matter, if you take out this price action to the downside, most of the things are going to be flipping out bearish, guys, in the small to mid time frames as well. And that is when we can call this point and this point as your macro bearish divergence as well, right? And that could lead the price action for a further correction move to the downside as well, probably towards $30,000 and maybe beyond as well. But that is kind of far-fetched as of now. Until you are above the 200 simple and the curvature of the 200 simple is to the upside, wait for Bitcoin to consolidate and set in a low without trying to chase in any bottom, right? So, guys, with that said, let's jump into all the reverse indicators right here. Now the MSCI says that we had crazy amount of bearish divergence, guys. I mean, check this out. Let me just get to the 3-day time frame itself, and you can see right here the price action topped out at $64,000, and the price action for this run to the upside topped out somewhere alongside $69,000. But the divergence, guys, the crazy amount of divergence between this point and this point is just, it's kind of to be honest, it's real divergence, guys. Now, even in the RSI, even in the MSCI as well, most of the indicators are telling us that even in the reverse TSI as well, guys, you don't have that bullish strength in the market. Although if you just talk about the price action context, let me just get this one to the logarithmic values. And let's just talk about this price point right here, guys. Oh, okay, let me get into daily. I don't think we have much data coming from BitMEX. What we can do is we can jump into BTC USD on Bitstamp on the 3-day, and that is where we can get a little context of the price action, guys. As you can see, this entire bullish wave to the upside, this entire bull run to the upside, that bull run to the upside, I mean, that's kind of bad on my English, I guess, right? नहीं आती इतनी अच्छे से. Anyway, so this entire leg to the upside had your MACI printing in bullish divergence, guys, hidden bullish divergence, and continuation trending moves to the upside, as you did not see any bearish divergence happening on all the TSI and all the reverse SMI as well. Holy shit, guys, all these indicators are made by Caretaker. You can just look at all of these indicators for free. They are up on this tab right here, guys. You can take a look at all of these indicators, and these are kind of your reverse version of most of the things. And I'm not really doing a nice job trying to explain to you guys right here about what these indicators kind of telling you, but essentially you can see the trend right here, guys. You can see the trend on the MACI. You're setting in higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows all throughout this price action trend to the upside as well. For this one right here, the price action did set in the higher high, but the MSI and the reverse TSI were kind of declining in the price action. This is telling us that the momentum is waning out from $69,000 for good, guys. You can see right here, this one is also pointing out towards the downside. The reverse SMI also is kind of pointing out towards the downside, which is calling for a further continuation momentum to the downside, guys. Now, this is a lot of data right here. I mean, this is crazy amount of data. Let me just kind of summarize everything for you guys that we just saw in these two charts, for that matter, right here. The first chart says that we are at the 200 simple moving average, so we can expect little consolidation, or maybe bulls can attempt to put in a bottom on these levels until the higher low structure is being maintained. But the momentum oscillators right here onto this chart is telling us that everything is pointing out towards the downside, with your bearish divergence playing out on the bigger time frames like the 3-day itself, guys. So on the momentum side of things, everything is pointing out towards the downside. Whereas if you talk about the moving average and the relative strength index side of things, and even the volatility side of things, things are looking fine, guys. Things are not that horrific, right? But the momentum on the bigger picture is kind of waning out for Bitcoin. This is what is happening in the market, guys. Now, okay, up next we have Guppy indicator right here. The Guppy has closed in 3-day candles, a couple of 3-day candles below the lower side. I mean, this is something which I was kind of afraid about, to be honest with you. So this is something which happened. Although, guys, benefit of doubt right here, I mean, essentially we have not kind of broken the structure to the downside. As we saw on the first chart itself, we are still above $42,500 on a daily opening and a closing basis. Now, all the momentum oscillator TSI and the RSI are kind of aggressively pointing out towards the downside on the 3-day, along with the Guppy losing the key level to the downside, guys. Now, the only benefit of doubt stays on the price action until we are trending above $41,000 flat. Once we start going below this price point, all the momentum indicators that are showing the bearish divergence side of things will take the price action down to some key levels, maybe at $30,000 as well, guys. Could be possible, right? Could be possible down the line. Now, okay, there's one more thing that could potentially form onto these levels, guys. Now, this is something which I would be really looking forward to, but this is just kind of bullish hopium, to be honest with you. So the RSI was here, and now the RSI is way lower than this one. So we have a potential hidden bullish divergence coming between this point and this point right here. Now, it could happen, it could not happen. Who knows? Who's seen the future? But if you are holding this price point, essentially Bitcoin holding $48,000 on a 3-day trending basis with your 200 simple moving average, means that we have higher chances. All right, I don't think we have higher chances, but essentially we can put in another higher low of these levels and continue this entire trend to the upside. Essentially, all the focus, all the eyes on Bitcoin right here, guys. Everything, all the attention towards Bitcoin right here in the market. If Bitcoin is losing these levels, and if Bitcoin is obliterating $42,500, maybe the crypto market as a whole, guys, I'm talking about DeFi, NFT, everything will get into a rather bearish phase as a whole, right? But for that to happen, I think we're kind of far away from that. So for that to happen, the crazy things are supposed to happen to the downside. That is when we're going to be confirming all of these bearish stuff, right? But essentially, until those things are happening, we have the benefit of doubt right here. We have real chances of Bitcoin getting picked up right underneath the super Guppy indicator itself. Although everything has started pointing out towards the downside, I mean, we could be extending our consolidation coming from the Guppy, guys. If I have to simplify everything, Guppy is kind of telling us that yes, the momentum, yes guys, the momentum indicators and the Guppy indicators telling us that yes, we have real shaving off of the momentum itself. So we could be targeting lower prices on Bitcoin, guys, but let's see what happens on $48,000 for good. Okay, with that said, we have the projection moving average, another hopium for you folks right here. Now this entire bottom got formulated at the 350 simple moving average on the daily time frame, right? That came in at $30,000 right here, and we are looking at a retest of this entire moving average once again. Another piece of bullish hopium in the market without any bullish divergence coming on the RSI, right? Now guys, I do have RSI, TSI on every single chart because, well, in context of the price action, your relative strength and the true strength are kind of important, guys, at least for me and my system. And if you've been watching all the videos that I post, that I try to post every single day, you know the deal, guys. You know the deal, how these things have that interplay going on with the price action. And well, to be honest with you right here, until we are putting in a bullish divergence between any points, any price points right here, going for a bullish trade in the market is going to be certainly difficult, guys. But let me be very frank and honest right here. I do believe that if this moving average holds the price action, the greater edge, the better, the brighter side of things and the good side of trades will lie towards the upside, guys, because I do believe with this entire breakdown to the downside, the market, the overall market wide sentiment has gone a little bearish, right? So essentially, guys, am I saying that everybody is shorting so I should long right now? Probably yes. I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you folks right here, because we did lose this grind line to the downside and we have a resolution, but all the benefit of doubt at 350 moving average on daily and the 200 simple moving average as well, guys. Yes, the daily 200 simple moving average combined with your 350 moving average on the daily time frame. Is it the 350? Yeah, this is the 350 simple moving average right here. So both of these moving averages are kind of holding the price action on these levels, and until you're above this price point, yes, this area looks to me like little value, at least in the small to mid time frames, right? Now, for any continuation momentum to the upside, now any big trade, any big swing trade on Bitcoin to the upside is likely going to be above this price point right here, guys. Let me just demarcate this one. So this was your rejection high right here coming out of these levels. So the confluence of this price action sitting in at $57,000 is going to be a big invalidation for bears, and on the downside, the big invalidation for the bulls is going to be below $40,000 flat, guys. Now me personally, yes, for me as well, this is going to be a big warning sign, a red bell on my head if we take out $40,000 on a daily trending basis to the downside, guys. Okay, now with that said, let's jump on to the bid and ask ratios happening in the market. As you can see, guys, as the trend jumps into the bidding situation, as the market jumps into little bidding zones onto any price points, that is when Bitcoin is putting in a bottom most of the times. Most of the times, guys. You can jump into this website, you can go to Coin Market Flow, you can take a look at all of these trends on your own. But even if I talk about everything, guys, look, I have the settings right here as MDR divided by 24 hours because I want less noise in my chart. Whenever I'm trying to figure out any information or something like that in the market, I want to cut out every single piece of bullshit that is in front of me, and I would want to see the precise things for that matter, guys. And you can see right here, every single time Bitcoin, I mean, we don't have much data going on right here, but I do remember, guys, I've used the bid and ask ratios to, let's just say, pinpoint good swing trades in the market as well, right? So most of the times whenever you're getting into green bidding zones, Bitcoin is kind of putting in the bottom, so we are at the bidding zone as a whole, guys. So this is the bid and ask side of things going on right now. This is a completely different angle altogether. If we compare this with the price action, the higher chances lies towards the fact that maybe Bitcoin will actually get supported at $48,000, extending down all the way towards $42,500. So this could be a potential zone where Bitcoin could chop the hell out of everybody for that matter. But at the end of the day, it could get picked up, it could get accumulated, it could get bid, guys. Bitcoin is getting bid on these levels, right? So which is why the price action could potentially be putting in a bottom with your major moving averages like the 350 and the 200 simple as well. Now this is, as you can see, guys, this price point right around Bitcoin at $48,000 is a very critical price point. So whatever happens right around these levels is going to be telling you a lot of things for maybe Q1 2022 as well, right? So with that said, guys, let's talk about the last piece of information right here. Now we are looking at crazy amount of open interest being shaved off. Now I would say this is bullish, guys. This is simply bullish, right? Why do I say this? Because as soon as the price action broke down, as soon as the price action broke that key area, I mean essentially 50,000, I guess $54,000 regions to the downside, that is when your let's just say, guys, the 40% of the open interest on Binance futures got shaved off, right? I mean, no new positions in the market as we simply obliterated, guys. So this could be a big, massive liquidation hunt as well, right? Because you can see right here, guys, all the traders, all the futures traders on Binance got simply obliterated out of the market. I mean, essentially they're just wiped out, guys. All I can see right here is all the leveraged longs or maybe leveraged short positions as well, because the volatility simply got wiped out of the market, guys. As you can see right here, at least 21,000 BTC worth of long and short exposure got simply removed from the market. So this could essentially be a good amount of shakeout, guys. But ultimately the price action will tell us that if $48,000 is being held, maybe we can take that little uptick. Maybe we can talk about the price action kind of continuing its momentum to the upside and testing $56,000 for good. But what can happen is that, guys, if the momentum oscillators on the 3-day kind of confirm this trend to the downside, and if we keep on losing the 200 simple and the 350 simple as well together, that is when we are going to be taking out $40,000 to the downside for good, guys. But if I have to just get rid of everything and just focus on this right here, I mean, you can see that Binance futures traders got simply butchered out in the market, guys. Holy shit, I mean, complete bloodshed, right? Most of the open interest, I mean, most of the people who took any sort of position on Binance got wiped out. I mean, this is a big amount of drop in the open interest, guys. So this could have been a big retail shakeout. And if Bitcoin actually holds above $40,000, $45,000 ranges, maybe it is actually putting in a good amount of bottom in the market, guys, for a continuation trend to the upside. Time will tell us that, but I hope that this video was helpful in some way or the other, because, guys, there are crazy amount of things to talk about the market right here, right now. I think this is the time to be very vigilant and very careful, guys. Be very conservative about your capital that you are trading in the market. I mean, these environments are extremely important, guys. I mean, this is something that is going to be giving you a lot of edge in the market as well if you play this entire environment nicely, right? With let's hope you're doing all of that with good amount of equity management and risk management as well, and just observe the trend, guys. Just observe the market dynamics as of now, right? A lot of things can play out. We have all the scenarios and we should be prepared for every scenario that plays out in the market for good, right? Okay, guys, with that said, I'm going to be winding up this rather long video right here, right now, and I hope you found out value and at least some things are sorted up your head, at least for the time being. I will catch all of you pretty soon in the next video. Bye for now.